Fake crowd applause. Cue music. Yeah. Cue music. Fake crowd. Hey everyone, welcome back to the podcast. And guess what? We're on our way to a gig. But I'm with Stevie Lawson. Stevie Fingers Lawson, guitar player from the Titanics. He's instrument aficionado. And the centerpiece of the Titanics cover band, world's greatest cover band. I'm going to turn the music off. By the way, that's Wing Cries Mary, the Titanic's track. Ow! Ow! How are you, Steve?
Very well, thank you, Drew. How are you?
Good, mate. Where are we going right now?
I'm going to Cabarita Sports Club, or is it a bowls club? I think it's a bowls club.
I reckon they call it a sports club
club?
Not call it a bowls club. Do you think that's a marketing ploy? Do you think? I think
it's lawn bowls represents old people.
Yeah.
Not that there's anything wrong with old people, because I'm old myself. So.
Me too. So it's Good Friday. I found out today that the reason we've got a gig on Good Friday is because you're allowed to drink. No, in New South Wales, you're allowed to drink at pubs. It's the fact that, where are we right now? We're in Surfers Paradise going past Hooters. Ow! Crowd applause. Yeah, you're not allowed to drink on Good Friday in Queensland. So you can in New South Wales.
Isn't it after 12?
Well, that's what you keep saying.
But that was in Melbourne years ago.
Yeah.
After 12 you can drink, apparently.
Yeah, well, on Facebook today, I kind of believed you too, but on Facebook everyone was sort of whinging about it.
I couldn't get a drink.
Nah, so everyone's going to restaurants.
Oh.
Bloody alcoholics.
Yeah.
Tell us your history, mate. Why do you love guitars so much?
Why do I love guitars so much? That's an interesting question. Why do I love... I just like the sound, and it's amazing how 2 bits of wood you can get such a variety of sounds out of. So that's primarily why I like the guitar. So.
And how did you get your first guitar?
My first guitar, when I was at primary school, I bought a guitar and an amp package off this guy at school, and it was an audition guitar and a coronet amp, and the coronet amp had this fuzz tone and tremolo, so it got some really bizarre sounds out of. But that was my first guitar, the old Audition, which is like a Japanese thing, and it wasn't too bad. So then I progressed up the ranks to get I finally saved enough money to buy a Gibson when I was in high school or tech school we went to. And it just started from there, and I've been playing in bands since pretty much when I was at school. So, and you just meet and greet lots of different people.
Yeah, but why? My uncle, I didn't even really. I loved. I knew I loved music, but it wasn't for. I didn't even have put the thought together that I could get my own guitar. But my uncle actually showed up from Melbourne with a spare guitar that my cousin ended up giving me. How did it happen for you? Is there someone in your family?
No one in the family. I just, I think, being a little kid at school, I saw someone playing the guitar on TV, and I just nagged the shit out of my mum until she bought my first acoustic guitar. Technically my first guitar, not electric. So she bought me my first acoustic guitar, and she said, "Oh, well, you might as well take some lessons since you don't know how to play it," which is pretty obvious when you're about 8 or 9. And I just like the sound of the guitar. And then, obviously, as you get older, you start getting into music more and more. And then I heard bands like AC/DC and their first album. And I think it's primarily them that got me interested in playing electric, because they were such a dynamic. The sound on the record, still to this day, is just amazing. Just the raw, unaffected guitar sound of, just Marshall versus SG or Gretsch or whatever they were using in the day. So that was for me. That I got into it more as I got older, because then I started getting into music, although I wanted to play the guitar for some unknown reason because I saw it on TV. So. But that was me. I mean, and then obviously you meet other kids at school that can play guitar or drums, and you go, "Oh, how about we form a band?" And that's how you start, pretty much. Or someone finds out you play an instrument. "Oh, come and join our band," or "Come and let's play or do something." So that was, that's because music was part of our school, not that playing electric guitar was in the curriculum or anything. It was more violins and stuff, but offshoots of that, during lunchtime or a school function. Sometimes a school band will get up and have a play, and it was just something you did.
Do you remember my first song that my mate Chris Cleve taught me how to play was what's the Angel song? Not No Secrets. The Banner.
Long Line.
Yeah, Take a Long Line.
Yeah.
Was that, and in the same weekend, that and Marseille, the first guitar song.
Really?
Well, the first one's I could play all the way through to the end. Before then, it was just little riffs like.
Yeah. Well, same here. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you the first thing I was proud to play was the Wipeout theme, the guitar. No. That was like I got hooked on trying to repeat that over and over and over, and then Smoke on the Water and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, the first full. Then my mate came along, and he was the one that had to show me. No, it's full songs. The chords in the solo go like this, because he was such a good guitar player. He could do solos, so he quickly used me. He said, no, this is the chords to the rhythm. Yeah, as a rhythm guitarist. And I followed him as a rhythm guitarist for 7 years. It's actually what taught me timing, really, and I'm really grateful for that. But do you remember your first all the way through song?
Not really. There wasn't a particular song that I really liked. Like, I played songs at school, and they were in a band. The first song I ever learned to play was could have been "Then She Kissed Me," which is an old Beach Boys tune, I think. And Kissed me. Yeah, then Kissed a version of it, and then Hurricane, Bob Dylan, which is
cracker.
And we did 3 songs. That was the first 3 songs I played live, and that's Hurricane. Shorten it down because it's like 14 verses or something. And Then She Kissed Me, and then an old Australian band band called Finch, which is where Bob Spencer and Owen Orford, he was the lead singer. He does recording now in Sydney, but anyway, Bob Spencer came out of Finch. So they had a hit in the day called "Where Were You?" So we did those 3 songs live. But it wasn't until much later when I started to listen to Hendrix and stuff that I really wanted to learn what he did, because he's such like when you first listen to Hendrix, you think, he's not bad, but when you start to try and replicate his timing and his approach to the guitar, he's a truly amazing guitar player, truly gifted, and he'd never played the same song twice.
Yeah.
The same song, the song the same way twice. So that was even more unique to his style. So
yeah, like it just comes out of him. Like
and
just sing it as well, and just throw little licks in there.
Yeah, total improvisation of his work is incredible. So that's when I really started to. I didn't sort of have a favourite song. I had favourite bands, but never a favourite song as such. But mainly listening to Hendrix's first album, "Are You Experienced," is and that was recorded in the 60s. Is incredible.
Yeah, incredible.
Yeah. Well, that's Eddie Kramer producing that, and he went on to do Alice Cooper, and he did a lot of producing work, and he did get one of Kiss's albums actually, speaking of the devil. So yeah, so that was that's why I, that's not why I play. I play because I enjoy playing, and you get to socialise a lot more with people, because I'm not really a social person, so. But you tend to force you to be sociable whether you like it or not.
Yeah, well, that's true. But everyone as a man, I've always thought you need to be in some sort of team, which is whether you're a part of a business or your thing is to go to the pub and you've got your team.
Yeah, that's
whether
fair enough. It's a pack mentality, mate.
Pack mentality, yeah, you've got to have it, and with it, that's all I need in my life is just some feeling that I'm in a group, and it's really important. And also you learn if you're a dickhead or not. Yes, sincerely. How many times have you had guys in the band? Like I've been in a lot of long-term bands, but probably 7 bands, and you see guys come and go, and look, if they've played a lot of instrument, you want them anyway, but sometimes you just like, I can't work with you personally, and they'll get pushed out of the pack by the group of other men or women,
Yeah.
It's really good for you that way.
Mm.
I love bands. I'm stoked to be going out tonight. I talked on this is so weird to talk to you, man, because we drive to gigs all the time. But I was talking about Musicians Guild a couple of days ago when we went before the Curra gig.
Oh, yeah.
I turned this thing on by myself, and the fact that at home there's my little family, and they're like, stay, or not really, but they're like, probably get out, but I'm like, no, I'll be back as soon as I can, but as soon as I get out to the car, shut the door, I'm like, yeah, we're going to rock and roll, we're going to hang out with the boys, we're going to eat, we're going to drink, we're going to laugh, there'll be girls dancing, the Musicians Guild, I reckon.
But Curra gig wasn't that fantastic, but anyway, we generated a lot of interest, and...
yeah, it was horrible.
Yeah,
it was horrible, but really interesting how... We had to play like a restaurant band, and
yeah, how lame do you have to be, and how lame do you want to be, and do you want to open your door to your car to go to the gig when you know it's going to be like that? You know,
exactly.
That's the quandary. You know, should we learn more restaurant type songs? It's like, but I enjoy playing what we play, and we play the way we want to play it. Whereas someone's asking about the volume all night, it just sucks the tone out of it.
And I don't think it's good for them too. If you want them to be talking amongst themselves and not looking at the entertainment, then I would question that maybe they think they've had a good night, but if there's a great band in the room that's very interested in entertaining you.
Yeah, it's hard to entertain people when you rehearse a song a certain way and then you get to this gig and they're hassling about the volume so much that you can't play it. You can't play rock and roll quiet. That's the deal. I mean, so you want to be a rock and roll band or you want to be a reception band. That's the thing you got to get your head around. And I've done similar to reception bands before, and it's it's the money that's the driver. It's not the enjoyment, and for me, it's the enjoyment's the driver, not the money. So that's the thing you got to get your head around. I mean, I'm glad we don't do a lot of those sort of gigs, but
it was my auntie was at that Curra gig, and I think she's 70, maybe 71, but she's really she's got a strong opinion, right? She's just one of those ladies, but she was one of the ones saying, play something, too loud, play something we know. And I was looking at her going, geez, what would you know? Like, what's fair enough?
The 40 years old.
Yeah.
What do you know?
And when you think about it, to me, if I'm my age, like the 50s, that's 70 years ago. Like, no, yeah. Like an Elvis song, which is still kind of cool to play. It's still, acceptable to play. Everyone knows, you're all shook up, do-do-do.
Yeah.
That's pushing 60 years old.
And if you were into that song, at that time, you'd be 80.
Yeah, and that's what I said to her. I said, well, generally the only women that dance at these things are 40 to 50-year-old ladies, right? And she goes, well, I can't dance anymore. I said, exactly.
You see,
we can be playing your music, and I'm too sore to dance.
Oh, that's what I say. I think I say to you after the gig, there's a couple of girls, ladies, venturing off to the dance floor, they're all limping.
Yeah.
Their hips are gone.
And then just...
oh, dear, they're so too loud to this. It's like, well...
That's fun.
It's...
I like the fact that we've got a hobby that we get paid for.
Yes, it is. Well, that's the byproduct of having a good time and doing something you enjoy. I mean, if you do something you enjoy, chances are eventually you'll make money out of it. If you obviously got to approach it the right way. But it covers costs and gets us out of the house, and that's the good thing about playing in a band. It's like, and plus the people you meet at a gig are always weird and wonderful. It's always good to speak with them, providing they're sober. But it's like Milk Crate Boy at the Canungra. That was a very interesting
a guy that
social experiment.
Canungra Hotel, he always wears a milk crate on his head and dances around like sort of the Midnight Oil guy with his arms everywhere. He's really tall, nuts. And after 2 shows there in 2 months, I went, what's the go there? And the guy goes, oh yeah, he does it everywhere, he does it all about. We just sort of don't hassle around. You made me want to ask you, what was your first Gibson? What guitar was that?
First Gibson was a Gibson L6S, and I bought it brand new, and it was, I think, $400. I don't know what I can't remember the price of it. $480 back in like the mid to late 70s. So it wasn't quite a Les Paul, which was twice that much back then. But Yeah,
What sort of shape's that?
It was